Every city introduces itself differently. Some do it through monuments, others through movement. Bangkok does it through scale. From the taxi, Bangkok reveals its working life. Elevated expressways pass through neighborhoods where shops, markets, and homes operate side by side. Modern buildings stand next to older concrete structures, not in contrast, but in continuity. Shrines appear at intersections, quietly present among traffic and noise. Movement defines the city. Motorcycles slip through narrow spaces. Pedestrians adapt instinctively, and traffic flows through negotiation rather than rigid order. This is a city shaped less by design and more by use, where tradition and modernity exist not as opposites but as layers. As the route moves closer to the Chao Phraya River, the city begins to slow. Space opens, the skyline stretches, and the river asserts itself as Bangkok's organizing force. As the drive continues, Bangkok's contrasts become more apparent. Commercial districts give way to residential pockets where daily life unfolds in full view of the streets. Food stalls operate beside office buildings, and small temples remain active within densely populated neighborhoods. The city does not attempt to separate its functions. Work, worship, leisure, and transport exist in the same spaces, often within a few meters of each other. This overlap gives Bangkok its distinctive character: efficient, crowded, and quietly resilient. Approaching the river, the city begins to reorganize itself. It is along this river that Ramada Plaza comes into view, positioned not just as a hotel but as part of Bangkok's long riverside narrative. The Ramada Plaza sits along this historic waterway, offering a vantage point over the river that has sustained Bangkok for centuries. From here, the city feels more legible, organized around movement. A short journey along the river brings us to Asiatic. Once a working port, it has been repurposed into a public waterfront space. While its functions have changed, its connection to trade and movement remains evident. Visitors from different countries walk alongside local families, creating a space that feels both international and distinctly Thai. Food stalls, shops, and open walkways encourage slow movement, conversation, and observation. Asiatic reflects Bangkok's ability to adapt historic spaces without erasing their past. Inside restaurant at Ramada offers a quiet view of the city. Inside the hotel, Robert Minam moves quietly, delivering water with calm efficiency. Its presence is unobstructive, designed to assist rather than attract attention, even as it occasionally pauses to interact or pose for a photograph. This small movement reflects something larger about Bangkok. Technology here is rarely treated as a spectacle. Instead, it's folded into everyday life, supporting service, importing efficiency, and coexisting comfortably with human staff. The journey continues from the hotel's private jetty, where the river once again takes the lead. This stretch of the Chao Phraya is both functional and symbolic, a working corridor that has shaped Bangkok's identity for generations. Boats arrive and depart in steady succession, carrying commuters, goods, and visitors. Unlike the city's roads, the river follows its own logic, offering a calmer, more measured pace. Movement here feels purposeful rather than hurried. As the boat pulls away from the jetty, Bangkok begins to reveal itself from its most honest perspective. Leaving the river behind, the city shifts perspective again. Returning to Asiatic in the evening, the riverfront takes a different character. Lights reflect across the water, music drifts from open spaces, and the pace becomes slower, more longer. Leaving the city behind, the landscape begins to change gradually, rather than abruptly. The dense layers of Bangkok thin out as illuminated streets give way to quieter roads and wider spaces. The drive towards Safari World offers a reminder of how quickly Thailand's geography shifts beyond the capital. Commercial districts recede, traffic eases, and the rhythm of movement slows. Urban markers, malls, flyovers, and railway lines are replaced by open stretches, greenery, and low rise development. This transition is not just physical but perpetual. The urgency of the city gives way to anticipation as the environment prepares the viewer for a different relationship with space. Once defined less by speed and density and more by scale and openness. Entering Safari World, the environment opens noticeably. The road curves through wide enclosures designed to resemble natural habitats, encouraging slow movement and observation rather than spectacle. This section of Safari World is designed to mirror natural patterns, broad grasslands, scattered trees, and unobstructed stillness. The absence of dense barriers allows animals to move freely within their zones, reinforcing a sense of continuity across the landscape. The experience here is deliberately paced. Vehicles move cautiously, engines remain slow, and observation becomes the primary activity. Unlike traditional zoos, the emphasis is not on display, but on proximity and behavior. Sounds replace landmarks, wind across open ground, distant bird calls, and subtle movement of wildlife just beyond immediate view. The anticipation builds quietly, preparing the viewer for the first clear encounter with animals in their shared space. It is within this open setting that the first zebras come into view. Zebras emerge gradually across the open grassland, their black and white patterns immediately defining the landscape. In small groups, they move with quiet coordination, pausing to graze before shifting together as a unit. Their stripes serve more than an aesthetic purpose. In the wild, they help disrupt outlines and confuse predators when zebras move in herds, especially at a distance. Here, this effect is still visible as individuals' bodies blend into a collective rhythm of motion. Social structure plays a central role in their behavior. Each group maintains close proximity, with individuals remaining alert to one another's movement. Occasional head lifts and subtle changes in direction reflect constant awareness rather than alarm. The openness of the enclosure allows these interactions to unfold naturally. There is no performance here, only routine behavior shaped by instinct, environment, and group cohesion. Observed at this pace, the zebras offer an early lesson of the safari. Beyond the grasslands, the landscape shifts again, opening into wetland areas that support a different range of species. Shallow water, reeds, and low vegetation create a natural habitat for birds that rely on both land and water. Wading birds move slowly through the shallows while others perch along the edge, scanning for movement below the surface. These wetlands attract a mix of resident and migratory species, turning the area into a living intersection of seasonal travel routes. Unlike the zebra's coordinated movement, the birds operate independently. Each follows its own rhythm, pausing, feeding, lifting briefly into flight, and settling again. The result is a quieter form of activity, defined less by motion and more by balance. The wetland also plays an essential ecological role. They regulate water, support plant growth, and provide shelter for smaller forms of life that sustain the wider ecosystem. Occasional sightings of zebras reappear at the edges of the frame, reinforcing how different habitats connect rather than exist in isolation. Observed together, These environments, grasslands and wetlands, reveal how safari is structured not as a sequence of exhibits but as a continuous landscape where each species occupies a role within a shared system. As the drive continues through the wetland zone, birdlife becomes increasingly diverse. Herons and egrets stand motionless in shallow water, waiting with remarkable patience, while smaller birds move quickly between reeds and low branches. Some glide briefly above the surface before settling again, their movements economical and precise. These wetlands function as more than a resting space. They are feeding grounds, nesting areas, and seasonal stopovers for migratory species moving across regions. The presence of water transforms the landscape, sustaining not only birds but the broader chain of life depends on it. Gradually, the open grasslands return to view. Larger groups of zebras reappear, are gathered more densely than before. Their proximity suggests comfort and familiarity, reinforced by shared movement and constant awareness of the surrounding. When one zebra shifts direction, others respond almost immediately, maintaining cohesion without visible signals. This collective behavior highlights an important contrast within the safari, where birds operate individually, zebras rely on strength of the group. The open terrain offers visibility but also exposure, making unity essential. Stags begin to appear at the edges of the enclosure, alert, composed, and observant. Their stillness introduces a different energy, one defined less by motion and more by awareness. This quiet shift signals an approaching threshold. The openness of herbivorous zones gives way to controlled space, where presence carries weight. The environment prepares the viewer for what lies ahead, the territory of predators, where stillness often matters more than environment. The presence of lions changes the atmosphere immediately. Movement slows and attention sharpens. Even at rest, they command space. Some lie in the shade, conserving energy, while others remain partially alert. Heads raised, eyes tracking their surroundings. This balance between stillness and awareness reflects the lion's role as an apex predator, where strength is measured not by constant motion but by restraint. Unlike herd animals, lions occupy their territory with confidence. This is no need for haste. Their posture communicates authority, reinforced by silence that often surrounds them. In social terms, lions are unique among big cats. They live in prides, sharing responsibility for territory and survival. This cooperation is visible even in the rest, as individuals remain within sight of one another, maintaining quiet cohesion. Observed from the distance, the lions do not perform. They exist, grounded, deliberate, and unmistakably aware of their position within the landscape. As the route continues, the environment begins to shift once more. Open visibility gives way to denser vegetation. Trees thicken, shadows deepen, and the enclosure feels more enclosed. This change marks the transition from social predators to solitary ones. Tigers emerge differently, where lions dominate through presence. Tigers assert their movement. The pace is controlled, deliberate, and often unpredictable. Even when walking short distances, a tiger's focus is evident. Each step placed carefully, each pause intentional. Unlike lions, tigers rely on solitude. Their strength lies in precision rather than cooperation. The stripped pattern that defines them serves a functional purpose, breaking outlines with dense vegetation. At times, a tiger seems to appear and disappear between shadows, reinforcing its reliance on stealth. This contrast between lions and tigers is subtle but instructive. One governs through collective strength and visibility, the other through isolation and concealment. Observed in succession, these predators illustrate different strategies for survival, each shaped by environment, instinct, and evolutionary necessity. Together, the predator enclosures mark a turning point in the safari, shifting the experience from observation of landscape to awareness of presence, power, and restraint. Tigers hold attention in a quieter way. Their strength is evident, but rarely displayed. Much of their time is spent moving slowly, scanning their surroundings, or resting in partial shade, conserving energy within deliberate control. Each moment carries intention. A shift in posture, a turn of the head, or a brief pause suggests constant calculations. Unlike lions, tigers operate alone, relying on solitude and precision rather than group coordination. The enclosure's dense vegetation complements this behavior. Tall grass, trees, and uneven terrain allows tigers to blend into their surroundings, reinforcing the role of camouflage in their survival. At moments, they appear visible. Seconds later, they seem to dissolve into the landscape. This capacity to move between presence and absence defines the tiger's character. It's an animal shaped by patience, silence, and restraint, qualities that demand attention rather than command it. Tigers are apex predators not only because of strength but because of observation, patience, and timing. Watching them encourages careful attention, illustrating how predators interact with environment, territory, and opportunity. Gradually, the road begins to widen, vegetation thins, and dense, overshadowed atmosphere gives way to broader spaces. Sounds of rustling foliage are replaced by footsteps. From the safari enclosures, the journey continues towards a marine park, where the focus shifts from terrestrial habitats to aquatic life. The atmosphere changes immediately. Pathways are structured, soundscapes carry the calls of marine birds and hum of human activity, and enclosures are designed to bring visitors close to water-based species. The park hosts a variety of aquatic and semi-aquatic species. Sea lions, small turtles, and wading birds inhabit intersected spaces that stimulate natural ecosystems while allowing for space for observation. Water reflects both movement, a reminder that aquatic environments are as dynamic as savannas left behind. Visitors are encouraged to engage thoughtfully. Pathways guide, viewing areas frame, and interactions educate without overwhelming. Feeding stations for certain species allows for proximity while maintaining safety for both humans and animals. This deliberate design mirrors the principles observed in the safari: awareness, patience, and respect of natural behavior. As the marine experience unfolds, attention shifts from single species to patterns of interactions. Dolphins leap, fish swim. The giraffe feeding area introduces an entirely different scale and perspective. Towering above visitors, the giraffes approach with measured curiosity. Observing the Siberian tiger reinforces lessons from the day. Patience, awareness, and respect for natural patterns are as important as the spectacle of sight. Here, observation is not about dominance, but about understanding the subtle interplay between animal and environment. As the safari journey draws to a close, the experience settles into perspective. What remains is not a single sighting, but an appreciation of contrast between openness and enclosure, movement and stillness, independence and sociality, distance and proximity. Safari World offers more than visual engagement. It's an invitation to observe, to pause, and to reflect on how animals occupy space, interact with their environment, and adapt to challenges of survival. Leaving this landscape behind, the dolphin show introduces a shift from observation to interaction through performance. Sleek and agile, the dolphins move with remarkable precision, leaping and spinning into synchrony and with their trainers' cues. These movements demonstrate intelligence, coordination, and understanding of timing that's both natural and trained. Each jump, twist, and glide through the water highlights not just athleticism, but adaptability. These animals respond to instructions while maintaining awareness of their environment, creating a performance that is as much about observation as it's about engagement. Visitors witness an exchange built on trust and communication. The dolphins' responses reflect careful training, consistency, and an intuitive understanding of human gestures. Yet the essence of their behavior remains distinctly animal, fluid, deliberate, and expressive. The show encourages reflection on the relationship between humans and wildlife. It's an opportunity to appreciate skill, intelligence, and interplay between natural behavior and structured interaction without diminishing the dignity of the animals themselves. Beyond spectacle, the show educates. Viewers learn about physiology, movement, and behavior, gaining insights into aquatic life that complements the terrestrial experiences of the safari. This duality, land, water, distance, and interaction, forms a broader understanding of animal adaptation and intelligence. The dolphin show unfolds with a rhythm that is both captivating and revealing. Each leap, spin, and dive demonstrates not just athleticism but as acute awareness of space, timing, and presence of observers. The dolphins respond to subtle cues from trainers, yet their movements retain the fluidity and unpredictability of wild behavior. Observing closely, one notices the intelligence behind each action. Eye contact, body posture, and synchronized motion reflect a level of communication that's both complex and advanced. The dolphins anticipate, adapt, and improvise, blending behaviors with instinctual responses. Beyond performances, the show provides insights into natural behavior, the way dolphins navigate water currents, adjust their speed, and coordinate in pairs or small groups across mirrors techniques they use in the wild. It's a reminder that even within structured settings, animal intelligence and adaptability remain strongly evident. Small movements, often overlooked, offer lessons in observation. A slight hesitation before a jump, the subtle tilt of a body, or the gentle touch of a flipper against another dolphin demonstrates awareness and social interaction. Leaving the show, the focus returns to the river. Boarding a boat on Chao Phraya, the city presents itself in a softer light. Sense reflections ripple across the river, and Bangkok begins to slow into night. From the deck, buildings glow and with warm illumination, bridges outline the skyline, and the rhythm of river contrasts with bustling streets observed earlier. The perspective shifts once again, allowing a sense of calm and continuity between city and river. As the boat glides along the Chao Phraya, a light conversation unfolds, playful, animated, and reflective. It captures the human side of travel, curiosity, delight, and the shared experience of observing a city from water. Around us, the evening deepens. From time to time, bursts of firecrackers punctuate the horizon, mirrored in the river's space. These fleeting sparks of color become a metaphor for the day itself, moments of intensity and beauty, framed by calm flowing rhythm of Bangkok. The final moments on the river allows reflection on the city, the wildlife, and journeys between them, from soaring giraffes and patient predators to the grace of dolphins. The day has offered layers of observation, understanding, and wonder. As the boat docks and night settles, the experience concludes not with an endpoint but with perspective, a lasting impression of Bangkok's contrasts, rhythms, and the delicate balance between nature and human life. Bangkok. Bangkok reveals its layered character, a city of contrast where bustling streets meet serene rivers and urban life coexists with glimpses of nature. From soaring giraffes and patient predators to the grace of dolphins, every encounter has offered insights into the rhythms of life, adaptation, and observation. Traveling through these spaces reminds us of balance between activity and reflection, tradition and modernity, city and wild. In the quiet glow of evening with fireworks mirrored on the Chao Phraya, Bangkok leaves a lasting impression, a vibrant, dynamic, and profoundly human city